Hello, this is Angel Light BT, also known as Sad Eyes Fiddlesticks, and I am going to be sharing true security guard scary stories. Story number one. I was camping out at this church, and the people who were already there sleeping outside of the building were giving me grief. I woke up the next day, barely able to get up. I was still groggy when I overheard a man lean over me as he was approaching, and I realized it was a security guard, and he was saying out loud, as if you were being watched, as if he were reading a script almost, that he did not want to touch me, but if I didn't move, he would. And I did not want to be manhandled again for the umpteenth time by some guy who's not even a real cop. So I got up. I respectfully and calmly, as best I could, explained to the security guards who were scrutinizing me in every way imaginable that I had to pack up my things and go. And they accused me of giving them attitude when I told them that my belongings were still out and needed to pack everything up so that I could leave. And I told them not to touch me because I'm already a battered woman and unwanted. Anyway, I kept telling them this until one of the security guards threatened to pepper spray me in the face. For what? I don't know. A full-grown man with a quote-unquote chick weapon like pepper spray, and he wanted to use it on a small fry like me. You know, after that, I kept clashing with the security guard with the pepper spray, and he tried to do it to me twice. In fact, the first time he tried to pull out the pepper spray, he did it in front of his coworkers, and one of his coworkers, with some act of humanity, decided that it was not okay for him to pepper spray me in the face. Now imagine if I had that mace, the pepper spray, I would have been able to defend myself that one terrible night and all the times that the guys tried to touch me. Scary story number two. There's this security guard who wears glasses and has like a beard or stubble, and he's clean shaven yet rugged at the same time. There was one particular morning where I was walking near a shopping strip mall, just minding my own business, just trying to start my day. It was early in the morning, after 5 a.m. I want to say around 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. because the sun was already out. And the security guard was with his coworker, and they were walking in towards my general direction as I was walking on the sidewalk. He spotted me and he said, "Oh, just the person I wanted to see." And he started to approach and do the whole, um, would you like a bite to eat gag. And I really didn't like that. He tried to pressure me into eating um, fast food chicken with him. And he said another thing that set my red flag and my radar, and to get away, that he said he wanted to invite me to a chicken meal at the construction site where a chicken restaurant is going to open. And I freaked the F out, and I immediately did a rebuttal to him. Update. I ran into that same guy today. I was minding my own business early this morning, and I was sitting near a fountain, just sunbathing in the sun while closing my eyes in deep reflection and trying to feel the warmth of the sun and hear the water. When all of a sudden, that same godforsaken security guard approached me and accused me of being asleep. He said, "Hey, psst, hey, don't sleep. Don't sleep." I'm like, "I'm not asleep. I'm just closing my eyes." It's like, "Huh? What'd you say?" And I was like, "I'm not doing this BS game with you, sir. I am not going to let you have your way with me as a payment bonus to your joke of a job." I'm sorry, that's the anger talking. And he had his female coworker with him this time. I basically talked back to him and told him, did I stutter? I took out my earbuds so he could clearly see that the real reason I couldn't hear him, so that he wouldn't use excessive force with me, again, just for sitting somewhere and closing my eyes, because technically his uniform permits him to use pepper spray on me and basically lie and exaggerate to everyone that I'm a troublemaker when I'm not, when all I was doing was sitting around resting and trying to conserve my energy that I expend throughout the day, pulling and lugging around my emotional baggage, that's also my literal baggage, and my camping gear. I told him, look, I don't have a criminal record and I don't do drugs. The red flags went up when he said, what are drugs? Acting all dumb. And then I rebutted him saying, I'm not going to have you entrap me in this conversation to incriminate me and get me into talking about pharmaceutical drugs. I'm talking about the ones that they sell on the street. But it makes no difference because designer drugs are popular nowadays, especially with all the CBD stuff being circulating around. I basically told him off the best that I could, but he made me so upset today that I carried all this anger that he caused me up until this late evening. And he clearly wants that chicken dinner from me in that construction scaffold. And it's the most unprofessional, most vulgar display I've ever experienced from a man yet. I don't feel protected from any guy on this street, to be honest, and I'm honestly sick of it. Chivalry is dead. Scary security guard story. Number 3. There are these 2 security guards who were really mean to me one day when I got caught in the rain. I was underneath a wooden construction scaffold for a building that was still being in process of being renovated and built, and it was a heavy downpour. These 2 security guards, one man and one woman approached me. Ugh. One security guard, 2 security guards, one was male and the other was female. They approached me and they demanded that I leave or else. And I calmly tried to explain to them that I needed to get my things so that I wouldn't get as wet and figure out where to go. But they wouldn't hear it. And they caused me and my belongings to get soaked with rainwater. And I got so upset they wouldn't even give me a minute to put on my rain poncho and on my things so they wouldn't get ruined. They're horrible. They treated me like a doormat, someone fun to torment. And that other security guard still wants to take me to a chicken dinner, free of charge, in that construction place, where the place isn't even running yet. As you can tell, I'm very stressed and I'm very upset at how unprofessional these security guards are. They sooner take from me like everyone else did, and everybody else too. Is that all they noticed me for? I'm so tired, and I feel a cold coming on. End transmission.